Hello viewers. Welcome to Luxury Beyond Exclusive. In today's video, we are going to discuss most expensive cars arriving in 2024. This video is going to be very interesting. Before starting the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to Luxury Beyond Exclusive. Let's start now. 1. BMW i7 and BMW 7 Series. If you need proof of how serious BMW is about staking its claim on luxury car glory, then consider the fact the i7, and its IC-powered 7 Series sibling, will only be available in leg-stretching long wheelbase guise. While the previous 6 generations of the brand's flagship saloons have placed as much emphasis on driver delight and pampering passengers, this all-new model is all about 5-star cosseting and cutting-edge tech. It's the all-electric i7 that arrives first, but regardless of motive power, you're unlikely to lose the big BMW in a crowd. Not only is it a vast machine, but the slab-sided styling and gargantuan front grille also mean that the 7 Series is a challenging aesthetic proposition. Using a twin-motor setup and a 102 kWh battery, the i7 is good for 536 brake horsepower, a claimed range of 367 miles and 0 to 62 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds. Less impressive is a curb weight just shy of 2,800 kilograms. However, while performance is strong and the 7 Series handles with the polish and precision you expect, there's 4-wheel steering for improved agility. It's the newfound sense of comfort that really sets the i7 apart from its predecessors, the supple and controlled ride easily matching the best efforts of the Range Rover and Mercedes S-Class. Factor in hushed refinement, and the latest 7 Series finally delivers the luxury goods its forebears never quite managed to nail. 2. Mercedes-Benz S-Class. BMW may have knocked it out of the park with the latest 7 Series, but the Mercedes-Benz S-Class is still the default option for good reason. It was last redesigned in 2020, embracing digitization more than ever before. In that respect, it has undoubtedly succeeded. The cabin feels reassuringly traditional yet avant-garde, and the scope of the vast displays manages to avoid the jarring omnipresence seen with other manufacturers' cars. Ambient lighting and connectivity are very well executed, and beneath it all, barring 1 or 2 ergonomic shortfalls, resides one of the most materially comfortable and cosseting places to sit while the miles ease by, for driver and passenger. In an age of ever more ludicrously grandiose grilles, the S-Class's relatively subtle exterior design should also stand it in good stead in Europe. If you want your big Merc with a big battery pack instead of an engine, you need to look towards the Mercedes EQS, which is an entirely fresh take on the electric luxury car and shares next to nothing with its more traditional counterpart. Unlike the BMW 7 Series and i7 twins, there's very little wrong with the S-Class's range of petrol, diesel, and hybrid powertrains, though. The lineup tends to shift with availability, but you usually get a choice between the S350D or S400D diesel, or an S500 petrol, which also gets mild hybrid assistance. The diesels are pleasingly real-world frugal and smooth, and the S400D has all the performance that a car of this brief would ever need, but the S500 offers an even quicker, and yet still suitable quiet and smooth, 400 bhp plus option should you want it. There's also the plug-in petrol-electric S580e with a combined might of 503 brake horsepower, the ability to travel up to 64 miles in electric-only mode, and a more manageable company car tax bill than the combustion-only models. 3. BMW iX. Number 3 on this list is a double whammy of convention defiance. Not only is the BMW iX not a saloon, but it also doesn't have a combustion engine. It came just over a year before the BMW i7, but it is effectively that car, a few inches higher up in the air. It's perhaps marginally less opulent, but having a hatchback, it's also a bit more practical. A BMW like no other is how our man Greg Cable described the iX, the firm's new all-electric luxury SUV flagship model for its i-brand. Some critics have used other words to make their feelings plain about the way this car looks and the departure from classic BMW design type that it, and other recent BMW model debutantes, represent. Feel free to make up your own mind. This is a car clearly intended to provoke a reaction. There is an entry-level BMW 9 xDrive 40 version, which gets 296 brake horsepower and 249 miles of WLTP-certified electric range. But really, you want the xDrive 50, with its plusher air suspension and 373 miles of range, which truly makes this a viable long-distance luxury car. If you need to charge en route, it takes up to 200 kilowatts. The BMW iX xDrive M60 offers even more power and performance than the xDrive 50's 516 brake horsepower, but we remain unconvinced that anyone needs their internal organs rearranged any more violently than the mid-range model is already capable of. 4. Range Rover. The latest, 5th generation, is a very long way from the mildly gentrified farm truck that was the original Range Rover. It is now a fully fledged luxury car, one that trades some of the other entries' on-road dynamics for unbelievable off-road ability. Under the skin, it's all new, featuring Land Rover's MLA Flex architecture, which has an 80% aluminum construction for lightness and strength. Torsional rigidity is up 50% over the old car. In combination with finely honed air suspension, 48V active anti-roll bars and the availability of four-wheel steering, this Range Rover handles with assured precision and surprising agility. It's also whisper quiet on the move and has a sumptuous ride that steamrollers awkward topography into submission. Some of the other cars on this list are even more refined, though. Especially on big wheels, a bit of thumping and the odd shimmy from the body can disturb the serenity slightly. Its maker's lately added straight-six diesel engines are carried over from the old model and, with mild hybrid assistance, offer all the urge you will need and emit only a faint murmur even when extended. For fleet operators looking to keep their CEOs happy, the plug-in hybrid Range Rover P440e and Range Rover P510e models offer up to 70 miles of electric-only range, which makes for 8% company car tax. Plutocrats more interested in performance than the fate of the planet can opt for a 523 brake horsepower 4.4-liter petrol V8, taken from BMW. The Range Rover P530 will allow them to crack 62 miles per hour from standstill in a claimed 4.4 seconds. An EV version is on the way as well. Whichever model you choose, you will benefit from the same interior that effortlessly melds traditional club-class quality and comfort with all the latest tech. There's also more than enough space to lounge around, although that hasn't stopped Land Rover from offering an extended wheelbase version too. Ultimately, whatever you need and want from a luxury car, the brilliantly executed Range Rover has it covered. The price of entry these days has risen to just shy of £100,000, which is rather a lot, but it's a mark of the car's abilities that it easily justifies this figure and more besides. 5. Mercedes-Benz EQS. Mercedes-Benz is taking a rather different approach to its flagship EV saloon from its BMW rival, where the BMW 7 Series and BMW i7 share a platform. The S-Class and the EQS are entirely different cars. The quiet running of an EV undoubtedly suits a luxury car, and the EQS is quite the engineering achievement. With a drag coefficient of 0.20, it uses the lack of air vents to good effect, and in combination with a massive 120 kilowatt-hour battery, that helps it to achieve a real-world range of close to 400 miles in Mercedes EQS 450 Plus guise. It's roomy and quiet and it rides reasonably well, too. However, some of the materials in the interior aren't up to the standards you would expect of a car that starts from over £105,000. The EQSs we've driven in the UK have also come on very big wheels, and they couldn't quite match the best riding cars here. I hope you like this video. For more interesting videos, subscribe our channel Luxury Beyond Exclusive.